Hey guys, what's up? Shin0525 here, coming back at you with another video. And today's video, we are going to be talking about the AYN Odin 2 Mini. I just got mine in this week, and we're going to kind of just do like an unboxing video, as well as just me giving my thoughts. I've actually already opened this up beforehand and set it up for the video. Because one thing I don't like about doing, like, unboxings for handhelds, like, doing it, like, right as soon as I get it, like, filming the unboxing part, is you do have to do, like, a big cut where you do have to set everything up. So I decided to set everything up beforehand, or, like, open it up, set it up beforehand, and then put it back in the box the way it was, and then kind of just do it all in one. No cuts. It's a little bit nicer that way. So yeah, we're going to be talking about the AYN Odin 2 Mini. I was super excited to get this. I ordered it day one. And yeah, I ordered it, when did it go live? I think late June. Or no, sometime in June it went live and it shipped. And the order started to ship late June. But my order shipped, I think, on like the 15th or something. And I got it this Wednesday, which is like the 22nd, I think it was. I don't know the dates, but it took about a month for me to get it from when I ordered it. Yours should probably come sooner as of watching this video, because I think they're finally done, or they're about to be done with all like the pre-orders. So I was like technically a pre-order. So I think when they like stock up again, it should just take like a week or two to get these when they're fully stocked. So, yeah, the AYN Odin 2 Mini. One thing I was really excited about this handheld for was, I'm going to make this pretty much my own personal device, even though all my handhelds that I have are my own personal devices. But I use a lot of them to, like, record videos or do some other things because I have my, like, YouTube channel. But for this device, since it's so small and so portable, I don't think I'm going to record anything off of it. So I'm free to play whatever games I want to play on this device without having to worry about, like, oh, I might need to, like, override my save file, or worry about, like, save states for, like, getting gameplay footage. I don't have to worry about any of that with this device. I can just strictly play whatever the hell I want to play on this. And yeah, and then with that being said, I really want to make this a Sony PlayStation device. So basically through emulation, it's like I can play PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PSP, and Vita, even though Vita's still, kind of early on. But through emulation, you can play a whole bunch of Sony games, which is super cool. And I'm gonna show you the games I have on here. I have a ton. I have a 1TB SD card in here, loaded up with games. I'm still putting games on. There's a whole bunch more PlayStation 2 games I want to put on here, but I have a whole bunch of like Switch and Game Boy Advance and Dreamcast and just pretty much everything on this device. So let's open up the box without further ado. So it comes in this really nice box. You can see it here, very plain on like the sides and back. It does have like this magnetic like flap thing. But one thing that's cool, and I don't know if you can see it quite on the video, is there's kind of like holographic siding on like the sides, the analog sticks, and where it says like Odin 2 Mini. There's kind of like a holographic kind of texturing to it. So very nice box. AYN always does like good boxes, and it's a sturdy box too. Like this feels like really good. It's not like one of those like crappy like console boxes. Like when you get the PlayStation 5, you like throw that box out. This looks like if you needed like a case or something to put it in, putting it in this box wouldn't be too bad. Oh, and actually, I'll talk about it now. Since I did the pre-order and ordered it early enough, it came with a screen protector, which I already have on here, and I got a case with it. This is the case. I'll put it more towards the light here so you can see it. Very cool. It has like indentations for like the analog sticks and where the buttons are. And when you open it up, it only has one zipper. Sometimes the bigger cases have two zippers. This one only has one, but no big deal. And it comes with like this little like strap where you could like put something on or hang it somewhere. Good stuff. And when you open it up, you got a top compartment right here for, I guess you can put like the charging cable. It's pretty tight. You can't really fit like a whole bunch of stuff in here, but you can fit maybe like an SD card or a couple SD cards, or again, the charging cable I think would fit fine. Then we got this flap thing to keep it safe from, or helping it to not fall out. We have a Velcro strap on here as well. That goes on this little thing. There we go. And you just pull it off. Honestly, there's too much shit in here for my liking. I wish it just had like this flap without this Velcro thing. In fact, I might put the Velcro thing down for like forever. Because it has this, and then it also has, oh, this is my like the wipe that I use to wipe down the screen. I keep that in there. And it also has one of the pull-up tabs to, like, you put the console on and then you pull this up to get it out. There's just a lot of shit right here. That's one thing I don't like. I just wish it just didn't have this Velcro thing on there. I think that was a little bit overkill for this case, but it is pretty deep. The handheld itself is actually a little thick. So yeah, so the case is pretty deep. But again, this is a very good case. I'm going to use it all the time. Always put my Odin 2 Mini in there. Okay, so with that being said, let's actually open up the box here. Stop being a tease and actually get into the video. So when you get the box, it looks like this. So we'll open it, and when you open it, whoops, the first thing you should see is this AYN Odin slip that you just take out, and then so it's here, and then it has on the back like instructions. It tells you what the buttons are. I think it tells you some hotkeys. It gives you the specs. That's definitely a thing. Safety tips. Okay, it doesn't give you any hotkeys, but it tells you what the buttons are and what they do, or where the buttons are. Pretty self-explanatory, but still looks nice. And it also does have some of that like holographic texturing on the AYN and like the border here. So it's nice printout. So that comes there. Then you have this foam safety thing. Very cool. And then the Odin 2 Mini will come in this bag, and you just has a little slot for your finger. You just pull it out. And there it is. There's the handheld. But before we open up the handheld, there's one more thing in this box, and it is the charging cable that's rolled up in there. Again, like I said before about this box, it could double as a case. So if you don't have a case for it and you need something to like put your Odin 2 Mini in, this is actually a really good solution to that. So if you ever don't have a case right away, this would be a little bit cumbersome to like take with you, but this is like a good case to have on like your nightstand when you're done playing your Mini. Just put it in here. Again, I like good boxes. So there's that. Let's take the Odin 2 Mini out of the plastic. It is much easier taking the plastic off than it is putting it back in there. Like, it took me forever. But here it is. Here's the Odin 2 Mini. And it looks like a Vita. It truly, truly does. There's the back. We got some fans back here. We got the there's like little grip pads right here, very similar to like what the Vita had. They work. And then we got pretty much like your basic standard stuff. 2 hall sensing sticks, one on top, one right here. Personally, I wish the sticks were both on the bottom, just because like I'm more of like a PlayStation gamer. So I kind of wish the sticks were on the, like both sticks were on the bottom, but this is fine too. It's not a big deal. And then we got a D-pad right here. And on this side, we have the back button to like go back in Android, and then the home button to hit like go to the Android home. This side we have the AB YX. It's Xbox controller, not Nintendo. So the button layout is for a Xbox controller. So there's that. We got another stick, and this is the start and select buttons right here. I think it's a good placement. I think these are similar to the Vitas. They are. Actually, I have my Vita over here for the size comparison. So we got start select, and then we got the trigger buttons. So we got an L and R right here, and then an L2 and an R2 button right there as well. And they feel great. This whole thing feels really, really good. And it honestly feels kind of like an updated Vita. It's definitely thicker than a Vita, but one thing I really like about it, are the trigger grips right here. So basically the way I play is I have my hands on the controller like this, and then I let it rest on like my middle fingers. You put it right under the grip, and then like you just have, and it just feels good. Some people might not like the super rounded design, but I've been playing the Vita for years, so I'm like used to it with like my hand placement and stuff. And because like when I play the Vita, I usually play like this, where like your fingers are like here, but on this thing I can leave my middle fingers up because there's kind of like a little hook rest right here for them to kind of push up against, and it feels good. It feels good because like when you push the like triggers down, you can kind of like hold it in place with your middle finger and then like push down on it. So it definitely feels good. And before we get into like the screen brightness, I do want to do like the size comparisons. So like I was talking about the Vita, I got my Vita right here. This is the first model 1000, I think that was called. The fatter Vita with the OLED screen, first model, I got it right here. And you can just kind of see the size comparison between them. They're very similar. If I were to put, probably look better this way. So I have the Odin 2 Mini, and then the Vita. You can see that the Odin 2 Mini is slightly bigger than the Vita, just slightly, but it is noticeable. And in terms of thickness, the Vita definitely feels a lot thinner than the Odin 2 Mini. But the Odin 2 Mini is slightly longer, so it does feel kind of better. And you can kind of get, let me hold them this way. You can kind of get, a size comparison. So you could definitely see the Odin 2 Mini is definitely thicker than the Vita, but comes very, very close in size. Screen, it actually looks like they are the same size screens. I would have to check. I don't know if that's exactly the same thing, but the Odin screen, it has like these white bars around it. So like the black is the screen, but then it looks like the screen like extends. You got these kind of like beveled bars around it. Doesn't really bother me. The Vita does not have that at all. It's just like one big screen. And yeah, but I do want to have another handheld right here, the Odin 2, because I think that's relevant to this video, because the Odin 2 Mini is the Odin 2 just smaller. So here's the Odin 2, here's kind of like the thickness that it looks like, and then here is the Odin 2 Mini, which is definitely smaller. I'm going to put the Mini in front of the Odin. And there you could kind of see, even though I'm wearing a black shirt, try to get that out of the way. But you can definitely see there is a big size decrease from the Odin 2 to the Mini version. It is definitely a lot smaller. So we got that good. And yeah, I really, to be honest with you, I really haven't had that much time to play the Odin 2 Mini. Again, I just got it a few days ago. And most of that time I've had with it has been just putting on games and setting things up like emulators and doing all that crap. So I really haven't sat down and played anything. The most I've played on this device is actually Banjo-Kazooie. I beat Mumbo's Mountain, and that was about it. I have tested some Switch games on here, like Hyrule Warriors, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm Connections. And all those games work fine. And they work really well on this device. So, yeah, so without further ado, I will actually turn it on. We have the power button up here with the volume, and this is where the SD card goes in. There's like a little flap that you can just grab and like peel it up and yeah, put it down. But I don't need to take out the SD card. So I'm gonna turn it on and you're gonna see how freaking bright this thing is. So we got the, let me just go to, so we got the menu screen here. I'll actually, you know what, I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna go close to the camera so we can all see this. So we got the menu screen here. And again, it's Android. And what's insane about this is, like, I don't know if you can accurately tell on the camera, but if I scroll down here and then do it again, my brightness level is set to that, because usually when I play, I don't like having a very bright screen. I don't know, I always like a dimmer screen. I know a lot of people need, like, a super bright screen, but this screen is so fucking bright, dude. Like, I can just kind of like turn it up, and it just fucking... Again, I don't think the camera does it justice, but this thing is like glowing. Like, it is so bright, and the screen is like super crisp and clear. And again, I don't really like gaming on like a super bright handheld, so I literally keep my like brightness level almost to like nothing, or almost to as low as it goes. And also it helps save on battery a little bit, so I find that helpful. So we got that. When you start up, you got your typical settings, like settings, folders, internet, what was that, gallery, clock, and the Play Store. And then when I swipe, you get these apps pre-installed. I think there's a calendar, music, something, and then the Odin launcher. I usually never use the Odin launcher, but here I have all my emulators, and then my Android games over here. So again, emulators wise, this is a PlayStation 1, that's a PlayStation 2, that's a PSP, that's Vita. Then we got Super Nintendo, we got Nintendo 64, GameCube, Wii, and Switch. And then we got Game Boy Advance, DS, Citra, and Dreamcast. And just to give you an idea, like, look how many fucking games. If you have a 1 terabyte SD card, this is actually probably look grander if I do it this way. 1 terabyte SD card, these are all the PlayStation games that I have. Still gotta put in some cover arts. You have to do that manually with DuckStation. So, that many, PlayStation games. Then we got PlayStation 2. Again, I'll hit the bars to make it grander. Again, gotta put in some cover arts. I'm still setting everything up. But, again, a shit ton of PlayStation 2 games. And I'm gonna put, like, way more on there. And then PSP. PSP is a little bit better. They do have, like, a nice little thing when you hit games. But, like, boom. All of these games are playable right here. I just remembered I'm probably coming in really low on the mic. God, I always do bad videos. That's fine. That's fine. So yeah, that's my PSP collection. We got Vita. Vita's alright. I only have like 2 games on here. Oh, hit okay. Yeah, I only have One Piece and Dragon's Crown. Nothing too special there. Super Nintendo, it's not like that grand, because they just come in like titles for this emulator, but a shit ton. And let's hit like Wii and I just added a bunch of Wii games. So Wii, again, shit ton of games, and then we go over the GameCube section. And pretty much all these games play great. I know because like I've played them on my Odin 2. And they all genuinely work really well. And it's like, then we got Switch. And you can see I have a ton of Switch games on here. Switch is kind of like a hit or a miss. Just because the emulators are rather new, and the fact that people have stopped working on Switch emulation because Nintendo's an asshole. There's some hit or misses with some of these, but overall, the games that do work on the Switch emulator work great. Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition being one of them. I absolutely love that game, and the fact that I can play that game on like a little handheld like this and take it with me wherever, I'm gonna play the shit out of that game. And that's what really gets me excited about this handheld, is the size and the portability of it. Which doesn't sound like... Because it's weird. Because, like, on paper, the Odin 2 is portable. Like, it's definitely portable. I can take this with me places. But it's too big. Like, it's slightly too big for me to really enjoy it on the go. And I know because like I usually take a handheld with me to work, because in my real job I actually work like a retail job, and sometimes with the job, sometimes we're really busy and I don't play, but there's some days where we're like really slow, especially on like a Friday, especially on a Friday afternoon. We're usually dead on Friday afternoons. And when it happens, I really don't have anything to do, so I can pull out like a gaming system and play a little bit. And don't get me wrong, I have brought the Odin 2 with me to my job several times and was able to play some games on it. But, again, it being so big, you need a case for it. I take a backpack with me to work, so I do have, like, a bag that I put my Odin 2 in, so it's easy to carry. But something like this is so much easier to bring with you. And because it's slightly smaller, it's more rounded, too. So it'll fit in bags easier. This would comfortably fit in, like, a sweatshirt pocket. Maybe not, like skinny jeans, but, like, and especially, I wouldn't put it in skinny jeans because the analog sticks. You won't want the sticks, like, sticking on the pocket. But, definitely a sweatshirt pocket. I would feel comfortable putting this in. And having that smaller size, but the power is so cool. And again, I haven't really played it that much, so it's hard for me to say on battery life. I know this thing will die a lot faster than the Odin 2, because the Odin 2 has an insane battery, but I heard this one has a good battery. Just not the insanely good battery that's in the standard Odin 2 model. So again, I think if portability is a really big factor for you, or you just like gaming on smaller devices, I would consider getting the Odin 2 Mini over the Odin 2, just for size factor. But if portability is not that big of a factor for you, because, like, again, I could definitely see it's a lot easier taking this with you on, like, a bus or a train if you commute to work or something than it is taking this one with you on a bus or a train. It's just, like, big enough where it's cumbersome. This is small enough where it's not a problem, and you probably won't even think about it. So, yeah, so again, if portability is really a big factor for you, I would recommend getting the Mini over the Odin 2 original. But if that's really not a big issue for you and you don't really care about portability, I'd say go with the Odin 2, because it has a better battery, so it lasts longer. It's equally as powerful, so you're not losing anything in power. And the Odin 2, I actually forgot to mention this before. The Odin 2 actually has 2 extra buttons. It has these extra trigger buttons on the side. I don't know if I could show you, like, these buttons right here. The Odin 2 Mini does not have those. So that's a little unfortunate, to be honest with you. I wish they kind of, like, put them where these pads are. But they did not, and that kind of sucks. But that's another thing to consider when you're talking about the Odin 2 Mini. So, yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on the Odin 2 Mini. I actually genuinely like this handheld a lot. I can see me playing a lot on it. And I will make a video in the future with, after I've played it more, after I've played some games on it and formed my thoughts a little bit better on this device. So, yeah, anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you in the next one. And if you have any comments, questions, or concerns about the Odin 2 Mini, just let me know down in the comment section below. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Okay, thanks, bye. Later. Oh, remember to like, comment, subscribe. Always do that. Okay, thanks, bye. Later.